how do you start? Because it can be really overwhelming. And so I want to make a quick video and talk about just in my opinion and where I started and how it worked for me. All right, so where to begin? Because in the journey of becoming healthy and who you want to be and the person that you are, where do you begin? Before we start, like, share, and subscribe, obviously. But in your healing journey, I would say the first place that really helped me was to finding my energy type. My name is Tuttle. She's written a lot of books. And one is It's Just My Nature, The Child Whisperer. She's got a lot of healing books. She has a healing center. But one of the reasons that I really love her content is she puts a lot of stuff out on YouTube, and it's free to kind of get started to see if it's something that will help for you. So you don't have to buy a lot of really expensive stuff just to kind of get into it and see if this is helpful for you. And then you absolutely can get more, dive really deep into it if you need more support. The one thing that I love about her whole system is she talks about how everybody has an energy type. So for me, this was really huge because whenever I take a personality test, it was easily, I think I was literally every type. And along with that, everybody would definitely have their own opinion of what type they thought I was. So this one is very much a journey, and it was very much therapeutic for me to find out that I was a very specific type. And then from there, it helped me understand why I perceived information a certain way. It helped with my husband, why we connect a certain way or why we argue a certain way. With my kids, it was very informative to understand, especially because I homeschool, and to understand their personalities and how their personality works with my personality, and what everybody's needs were. It would even affect your healing, because it's a lot of times the wounding that we got was because we probably had parents that were a different energy type, and they were doing the best that they could, but we were perceiving it a very different way. But they're a certain energy type and you're a certain energy type, and it's very likely that they clashed. So the first thing I would highly recommend is her book. It's called The Child Whisperer by Tuttle. I'll definitely link it down below, and then you can check it out. But that is the very first thing, and it's just how you understand how you are in this world. The next thing that I would say was a massive help in healing for myself and my family was to do the 5-step method. Now, in most of my videos, I always talk about this, and I try and get very specific with whether it's an anxiety or diabetes or whatever the video is on. But it's very simple, actually. And that is the 5 steps are: you be very specific with whatever you're dealing with. Then you make it physical, whether it's going down the drain or it's throwing a beach ball out into the ocean. There's no wrong way to do this. And then it's thanking, forgiving. While you're letting this go, you want to thank it, you want to forgive it, and then you want to replace it with a positive. And then the last step is you want to repeat this as often as possible. So that's a very quick version of how you would let this trauma and this wounding go. Now, as to where to start, that's really up to you. If I like to start with whatever is irritating me the most. I had insomnia for a really long time, and yeah, I probably should have worked on other issues, but I really wanted sleep. So that's where I started. And then I noticed other things that would come up, and so I'd work on them. And so I say start where you want to start. If you got a diagnosis of diabetes and also high blood pressure, and you want to work on insomnia, even though those two are really important as well, I say do it. You can't mess this up. All you can do is get better. The third thing I would say that was really helpful in my journey is I educated myself as much as possible. I was a knowledge crazed individual. I cannot say enough about Tony Robbins, Ed Mylett, Rachel Hollis. Like, these people, just the motivation to not stop and that things are going to get better was massive in my life. And it still to this day is so big. And I would say at first, it just helped me to recognize kind of where I wasn't right in things. And they would say something like, you know, push forward today and you can do it. And my thoughts would kind of go with why? Like, what's the point? What's the point? Why? I mean, it sucks right now. Is it really going to get any better? And that motivation and that help has definitely pushed me forward to, okay, work on yourself. We need to get this out. We need to get this out of here so it's not affecting you. And now I can honestly say that the motivation is driving me into the direction that I want to be. But when I would start to listen to it, it just got me out of bed most of the time. I didn't really accomplish anything. I didn't, other than maybe working on myself and getting breakfast, lunch, and dinner for my kids. I don't know that I accomplished much. But that motivation was very, very helpful. I trust this information was helpful. Definitely leave a comment down if you guys have any things that have helped you guys. I love talking about this. I love hearing about this. So please give me your opinions and your feedback as to what has helped you guys. Until next time, bye.